Referee had a decent enough view, I think, of it from there. There's the penalty. AC Palmer, he's the one that is going to step up and take it, and scores coolly with a Panenka penalty from Palmer to score his first goal in Jamaican colours. He will certainly remember his first international goal. Might open up here. Burrell again, played in, big save by Philip. Cephas. And he couldn't quite take it out from under his feet to get his shot away. Touch in there for Bell, now Cephas. Back towards Palmer, and again, and he does get his shot away, and there's the improvised finish to make it two. And it's a debut goal for Roman Burrell by Marvin Phillip, but Burrell certainly wasn't. Watched it carefully. A rapid response of his 16 goals for Defence Force. It's earned him a chance with the national team, and he's taken his chance here all right. Jamaica were maybe still celebrating their second hand. Here he comes then, Cardines. Brilliant effort, so unlucky but in. And Trinidad and Tobago are back on terms. Kevin Molino following up to score. Charging forward, flipping it through, Cephas reaching it just ahead of the goalkeeper, and penalty given on his shoulders, up against Marvin Phillip. Powerful penalty, King finds the top corner, and Jamaica surely have won it after all.
Some boxing now, where the 7-member committee that investigated the death of Nigerian boxer Gabriel says that they found that there was some structural deficiency in the Ghana Boxing Authority. My colleague Victor Achutamaklo has details in this report.
In its investigations, the committee discovered that the GBA sanctioned the bouts even when there was no valid contract between the Nigerian boxer and the fight promoter. When Joy Sports spoke to the GBA in April, its communications director, Mohamed Amin Lamte, insisted that the governing body had acted within the confines of the law.
Before he comes, the Nigeria Boxing Board of Control, they have to give us a release. The release will now justify that he's a credible and durable boxer. We need his medical history or medical report. And then number 3, we must be able to know that this guy is a licensed. So Ghana Boxing Authority, we have to look at the boxer, look at his record. That is where we got to know that this is a former national Nigerian champion, light heavyweight division. He was a former West African champion and former African champion. This is a credible opponent. Yes, the fight was organized by Osibo and Ace Promotions. That was at the Bukum Park on Friday. So they went on number 2. We need his medical history or medical report. And then number 3, we must be able to know that this guy is a licensed boxer. There are some boxers that, yes, you would know them as professional boxers, but they have taken out or they've gone into hibernation. They are no more active. So if you accept such boxers, they may end up giving you a problem. So Ghana Boxing Authority, we have to look at the boxer, look at his record.
However, the committee has now found that not only did the GBA sanction the bouts without a valid contract, but its Nigerian counterparts were also in on the act.
No contract, and it's a technical word I'm using. No contract because the promoter didn't sign the contract. Meantime, it's somewhere stated that the parties to this contract here with attached signatures. The promoter did not sign it, so that has no legal backing.
Did he give a reason for not signing the contract?
You see, first of all, I want to go back to the Nigerian Boxing Board of Control, because since if they did due diligence, the boxer produced the contract, because without a contract, what would be the basis for providing the release the letter? So they saw it, but they were not interested in verifying. They were interested in their cut of the money, because they get a certain percentage of the purse. So I think they're just still doing business. So they didn't even look at it, because if they had examined it, it would have been obvious. It was obvious to the committee the promoter had not signed it. So it was of no legal effect. So since there was no contract, there's nothing. So why would you release the boxer from Nigeria?
In his testimony to the committee, Olanrewaju's trainer, Alamu, said the boxer did not honor the fight on the 28th of March because he had been asked to throw the fight. His testimony was consistent with that of Remy Aboderin, the General Secretary of the Nigerian Boxing Board of Control, who made claims of attempts by the promoter to fix the bout in favor of John Mbanugu. However, the pair could not provide any proof beyond the allegations. On his part, the promoter mentioned some objections without specifying the nature of these objections as the reason the bout was cancelled.
According to the promoter, the trainer, Alamu, rather called him on Saturday, about 9 a.m.-ish, Saturday on the day of the fight, March 29th, and that they wanted a way out, a way in, if there were any bouts available, because they would rather fight for something than go back to Nigeria empty-handed. Whereupon, according to him, he made arrangements and got them back onto the bill for that Saturday, which was the IMAX GBA.
The GBA and the fight promoters admitted that there was no mandatory medical assessment for this fight. The mandatory pre-boxing medical assessments are necessary for ensuring that the boxer has no underlying medical conditions that could be further exacerbated by their participation in a professional fight. These assessments usually will include a physical examination, neurological tests, heart and fitness tests, and vision tests. Any chances of the boxer surviving were further depleted by the fact that there were no doctors at ringside to provide the necessary emergency response. In fact, the GBA's entire emergency response infrastructure, according to the committee, is made up of just one nurse parading as a qualified medical doctor.
Most of these promoters that we talked to a number of promoters said they pay the GBA to provide medical doctors, which hasn't been the case. They take the money and then they don't provide the doctors, putting the safety and health of boxers in grave danger. And we think that most of these fighters have to be covered by insurance, because if Olanrewaju had insurance, at least the surviving widow and the children would have something. You know, so not just for international fighters, but all fighters going forward have to be covered by insurance. And there should be a doctor. I mean, every federation, starting from the Ghana Boxing Authority, must have a medical commission, without which there can be no fight. But we cannot stop boxing. Boxing got to continue. The activity got to keep going.
Yet, one quiz on Joy FM's plan.
And now, later tonight, there will be the UEFA Conference League final between Chelsea and Real Betis. Let's hear from Chelsea manager Enzo Maresca.
I try to join every game. I try to be happy about every game, you know, to see if the game plan is working, how the player they enjoy the game. So for me, it's been a journey since the game we play against Servette, because we start the conference playing the playoff. We didn't start the conference, you know, already in the group. So it's been a long journey, but after game, I try to enjoy all the games.
You've given opportunity to younger players in this squad. Are you pleased with how they've developed and come through, and has it actually gone as you thought it would with them?
Yeah, first of all, because if we decide to give them the chances, because they deserve and they are good player, for sure you have to improve always, especially when you are young like them. And overall, we try always to give them the chance when they are good player, not only in the conference, also in the Premier League. So even for them, has been a moment to grow and to improve.
As a man, are you someone that looks back on your own achievements? This is your first final as a manager. Is that something that you're proud of, or you not really thought about it?
No, yeah, for sure I'm proud of that, because it's a European competition, it's a final. But in terms of prepare the game, I won't change. I will try to prepare the game in the way I always try to prepare all the games.
How do you think it alters the dynamic when you and Manuel know each other so well? You must know slightly what he might be thinking and how he's going to approach.
Yeah, no, the good thing about Manuel that is not going to change. because he loves the football in one way. So it's quite clear what they're gonna do, in the way they're gonna do. But the final at the end, it's always a final. It's one game, anything can happen. Hopefully we can win the final.
The maiden edition of the Tumu Community Cup, organized by my colleague Fentu Tahiru, was won by Real 24 Babies. My colleague Abdul Karim Benin has details in this report. And this is our wrap-up AM Sports here with me, Muftau Nabila Abdullahi.
The decisive goal came just minutes into the first half. The Tumu-based Division 2 side held firm under pressure to claim the historic title. Real 24 Hours not only lifted the trophy, but also walked away with 5,000 Ghana cedis in prize money and medals. Bujang Crocodiles, as runners-up, received 3,000 Ghana cedis, while third-place Soccer Babies earned 2,000 Ghana cedis. The competition was graced by the Sisala East Member of Parliament, Honorable Mohamed Issa Bataglia, alongside the Municipal Chief Executive, Honorable Adamu Yakubu. Honorable Bataglia expressed optimism that the event had inspired the youth, while Honorable Yakubu commended the excellent organization of the tournament.
Football in the Sisala land has always been top-notch in Upper West. This is what we've seen again. Before, it was dying down. It was like there was no hope. A lot of people did the same thing, and yet nobody went anywhere. You, Karim, Fentu, the joint news team, we are talking about Betway coming in. You've uplifted some kind of spirit of our young ones. I am sure they are more energized walking out of this pit, believing that there's a future for them to be able to lay their hands on. I trust that this is going to inspire a lot of young ones to come out to be able to play good soccer in other, and also even other forms of sporting activities that we are aware of.
In fact, this is superb. If you look at the organization, if you look at the way the whole program has been organized, I think we have to commend the organizers for doing a wonderful job today. It's clear that everything has been planned, the arrangement, looking at how the teams have come, looking at their dresses, looking at the skillful play indicates that the tournament or the program is well or planned before its execution.
Football analyst coach Christopher Nimley has called for the Tumu Cup to become an annual event.
For me, I thank God I came here. Believe you me, I am extremely grateful that I came here today. I've been here twice. I was here yesterday. I've been here again today. And if you look at the level of commitment and how very successful this thing has become, a humble plea to my brother and to everybody who supported this thing cannot end here. It has to be an annual thing, so that by the grace of God, we'll use this platform to change the fortunes using football of most of the young boys in the area.
Speaking after the event, Fentu Tahiru said the success of the tournament has inspired him to do more.
Wonderful competition, great turnout. I'm very, very grateful for all the people that made this successful, all the volunteers, the MC, the MP, all the people that came here, the District Football Association, all of my friends who called, reached out, helped out in various ways, those who made the trip here, and the biggest thanks to my big sponsors, Betway, who took this upon themselves to come and organize this competition, and to Piva Beverages for all the amazing support that they provided us in making this successful. It's inspired me, it's given me the vim, really, to go on and do more.
The one-day tournament, which followed 6 qualifying matches, was a collaborative initiative led by Joy Sports editor Fentu Tahiru in collaboration with leading bookmakers Betway and supported by Piva Beverages.